now we're in Napa. We're judging a food competition, you and I. I remember you were telling me last year that your restaurant was kind of built around the wine list, right?
Yes, we have an extensive wine list, and our menu, as you have experienced, is a like 3, 4, or 5 course tasting menu where you actually, as an individual diner or your table, choose whatever you want to eat instead of having the whole table having it. So
the oyster, tell me about the oysters.
Oysters, that's kind of an essay in simplicity. We take the oysters, we open them, we collect all the juices. We then take it off the abductor muscle, make a reduction with the natural juices, put just a little bit of cream and a little bit of butter just to put it slip on the palate and sort of tame the saltiness. And then we poach it in that sauce with some basil leeks, and those sort of suck up the salt, balance that. And then we have typically a garnish in there, like a zucchini pearl or a salsify and stuff. So it's very simple, and then Oyster caviar. So
I like when you say simple. Simple, very good.
Well, the ingredients are very simple. It's not, but it's really the essence of the oyster, and so that's one of my sort of favorite dishes also.
And then tuna.
Tuna. You had the seared rare ahi tuna.
It was a nice presentation.
Right. It's sort of cut in. We clean the ahi tuna in little triangles, and then we sear it. We coat it with sweet spices. There's kosher salt like cumin, coriander, nutmeg, thyme. Basically the sweet spices, and then just hit it very quickly, like 30 seconds on each side, and then chill it down very quickly. And that's served with actually a soy, lemon juice, and extra virgin olive oil. But it's shaped, as you saw, as a butterfly,
yeah.
And it's got little
big butterfly,
pickled wasabi, and the tentacles are chives and stuff. But and avocado on there too. So
foie gras.
Foie gras. That's the signature dish of mine that I've been doing for the last 20 years. And basically, it's just the foie gras that's cut into about an inch slab, and then we sear it on a medium-high heat until it's crusty and golden brown. Turn it over and then cook it. And then it's served on a compote of just onions that have been cooked with a little bit of duck stock, a little bit of honey, thyme, and then we cook it for probably 2 to 3 hours. Well, it actually takes a long time to cook. And then the sauce is basically made with a late harvest wine, which, in that dish we're trying to capture the sweet and the sour, which helps balance the richness, the fattiness of the foie gras. So a little bit of salt, of course, but very simple.
Lobster.
So basically, roast Maine lobster is kind of my take on sort of a New England clam bake. So we have basically a raw lobster that we blanch in boiling water for about 4 minutes, which removes it from the shell. Then we take it and clean it impeccably, trim the shell, and then we put it back in the shell, and then we brush it with the lobster oil made from the remaining parts of the lobster. And then we basically roast it. It's served on a potato puree. And then in this preparation we have the trumpets, the black trumpet mushrooms, and basically a sauce made from white wine, fish fumet, clam juice, the lobster essence, and then just a little bit of butter. And so that's another kind of classic dish. I think you ate all my classics.
Well, another one, Moroccan. It's a classic that you put back on the menu. The Moroccan spice.
Oh, the Moroccan spice squab, yeah. That one actually is one of my favorite. Squab is not for everybody because it's a game bird that you have to serve rare to medium rare. So it has a very limited audience, but again, it's marinated in cardamom, sweet spices. There's some sweet wine in there, like a dessert wine, orange juice, orange zest, and then we marinate it, and then we stuff it. And we have couscous in it, and some other Moroccan things. There's some cumin carrots that are basically just carrots cooked in cumin and orange juice until tender. And so then the squab is then stuffed, trussed, and then pan roasted and finished in the oven, then we slice it. But it's got, squab has that sort of slightly sweet flavor, and so the cardamom kind of wafts in and out of it, and the orange and stuff. So
you're laughing while you and smiling while you're telling me about your restaurant, but when you took the cheeses, you should not. It's very serious. There's no laugh on that one. You have a whole window fridge of cheeses that you can see, from the dining room.
I sort of put cheeses in San Francisco, like back at the Ritz-Carlton, we had a cheese cart, and back in those days, Americans were like, cheese is very fattening and stuff, but we had this vision of putting together a cheese cart, and we actually, transformed the amount of cheese that is sold on a night, and we sell about 50% of the people that dine eat on, they have the cheese card.
Now that cheese is becoming very
so it's very, and we source them from all over. It's a very international cheese selection.
There's another classic dessert. Let's move to the dessert, and then the one classic is this flambé.
Oh, the flambé,
Tableside.
That's kind of another thing. We kind of, when we opened, did that little thing, and it was kind of kitschy, but people love that stuff. It's the same thing with the souffle. It's like
that souffle. Oof.
Well, when I was at the Ritz, we had this thing, certainly my pleasure, and one of the waiters took an order from the guests, and we never said no. And so I was really upset with them. But what happened with that is that the person next to them saw it, and they're like, I want one of those.
That's what happened when I came in. Somebody was having it.
It was old-fashioned, and people were like, oh my God, and it became very evident that people wanted a souffle. And so once you do it, people come back for that. And so when I opened Gary Danko, there was no way I could not put a souffle on there. And we actually have two souffles. We do one that's sort of non-cholesterol. It's basically a fruit.
Which one? No, I had the chocolate one. So
we have an orange souffle, and this moved into a raspberry, but it's basically a cooked fruit base, and then basically a meringue beaten into it and folded into it. But it's one of those things people came to know me for my souffles. They were telling me what I had to put on my menu, and I wasn't about to say no.
Well, a lot of people must know, because when I arrived on a weekday in the middle of no special week, the restaurant was full, packed, and people were waiting, and tables were turning. So work has put you on Gayot's top 40 US restaurants. So congratulations, chef, for being there and on par, and then making everybody happy when they come in.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.